Welcome everybody. Today's class is focused on knee health, specifically building and maintaining strength, stability, and a gentle mobility around the knee joint. Before we begin, I do want to make a quick note that this class is not intended for acute or severe pain or a recent injury. So if you fall into that category, I recommend that you seek medical professional help before doing this video. For today's class, we will be using a rolled up towel or a rolled up blanket. And once you track that down, you can place it at the top of the mat or just somewhere nearby. We'll be using it when we lower down to the ground. I will be offering a few different options during class. So just feel how you, sense how your body is feeling today and take whatever option most suits you. If we start getting into territory that feels uncomfortable or painful, skip that part. And let's begin. We'll start standing today. Just keep your feet hip-width distance. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. We're going to do a few warm-up stretches first, and then we'll move into strength and stability. Just take a moment to close your eyes first. See if you can let go of any thoughts that might be distracting you from today's class. One thing that might help with that is just take your awareness to your body. So let's focus on the bottoms of our feet. Note how they're making contact with the ground, how that sensation feels different than the parts of your body that aren't making contact with the ground. We're just noticing here. And notice how the skin that's exposed to the air feels different from the skin that's covered by your clothing. Begin to breathe through the nose, long and slow inhales and exhales. See if you can reach the crown of your head a little taller towards the space above you, and maybe give a slight tuck of the tailbone. Let's lower the chin to the chest, feeling a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. Inhale as you lift the head back up. Lower the left ear to the left shoulder. And as you do this, gently press the right shoulder down. Inhale as you lift the head back to center and change sides. Gently softening the left shoulder down as you lower right ear to right shoulder. Inhale as you lift the head back up. Extend the arms out to a T on either side of you. We're going to find a standing cat-cow. What that's going to look like is as you exhale, as you inhale, you're going to bring the palms to touch in front of you. Arms are still extended here. Lower the chin to the chest. Tuck the tailbone slightly and round through the spine. You can softly bend the knees here. And then on your inhale, open the arms wide, back out to a T. Draw the chest forward. Lift the gaze slightly. One more time, bring the palms to touch in front of you, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, drop the chin. Inhale as you open the arms wide. This time, as you bring the hands in front of you, cross the right arm over the left. Bend the elbows. Give yourself a hug. See if you can point the elbows straight in front of you. And as you do this, Think about your shoulder blades and see if they can separate from one another on the back. Inhale as you open the arms wide again. Exhale as you bring the arms, this time left elbow or left arm on front of right. Give yourself a hug, elbows pointing straight ahead, shoulders separate. One more time, inhaling it open. Exhale, right arm on top, give yourself a hug. Inhale it open, and exhale, left arm on top, giving yourself a hug. Inhale it back open, lower the hands to the ground or to your sides. Reach the right hand down the right thigh. As you do this, bend the left elbow, reach the left arm over the left ear. While you're standing here, concentrate on your abdomen area, the core. Hug those muscles towards the back of the spine. Inhale, come up back through center. Let's take that to the other side. Slide the left hand down the left thigh. Reach the right arm over the right ear. Side bend. Continuing to keep the ab muscles engaged. Continuing to breathe steadily through the nose. Inhale to lift it up. One more time each side. Side bend. And let's change sides. Lift it all the way back up. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, open the arms wide again. Hinge at the waist, forward fold. You can use your hands to walk down the legs here. Land where it feels safe, but you have a little bit of an engagement throughout the back of the legs here, finding a nice stretch. The knees can be as bent as they'd like to be. Let the head drop and let gravity separate the vertebrae in the spine. Breathing steadily. You can keep the hands on the knees here. You can also grab opposite elbows and let them dangle. Hands can also be placed on the floor. Roll most of the way back up to standing. We're going to take what's called chair pose. So what that's going to look like is like we're sitting in a chair. We're going to bend into the knees, shift the hips back behind us, and the weight into the heels. We want to be sure that we're not leaning forward onto the toes and our knees forward from our toes. All right, so pull the hips back. Sit as deep as you can where you're still feeling work happen, but there's no pain and you're able to hold it comfortably, or maybe not comfortably, but tolerably for a few seconds longer. Hands can be on the waist here. Let's straighten the legs and find your forward fold again. Lowering down to your depth. And allow gravity to pull the head down. Bend deeper into the knees. Let's roll up. And we'll find our chair pose again. Hands on the waist. Option 2 is you can lift the arms up next to the ears and activate the hands reaching far above the head. We're going to be operating today on the idea that strengthening the muscles around the knee joint will actually help take pressure off the joint itself. So we'll be targeting the ankles, the calves, the shins, and the fronts and the backs of the thighs, as you're probably noticing right now. So let's straighten the legs, forward fold again. Allow the breath to return to nice steady inhales and exhales. Bend into the knees again and roll all the way to standing this time. We're going to move into some poses now that are going to require some balance. So if you'd like to be near a wall or near a chair, now is the time for that. So what we're going to do next is shift our weight into the left leg. And as we do so, we're going to gaze in front of us and find a soft point that we can focus on. But we're not going to gaze at it really, really intently. We're just kind of gazing at it again softly. So your weight is shifted into the left foot. Bend the right knee. The toes get light. You hug your abdomen in towards the spine and then lift the right toes until the right thigh is parallel to the ground. Let's hold here for 8, 7, foot is flexed, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With control, see if you can set that foot down and pick up to the foot again, this time bending the heel so it's reaching for the glute. See if you can line the knee up with your left thigh so that it's not in front or behind, and we're holding here for 8, 7, foot is flexed, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With control, lower the foot. Next, let's step back with the right leg. We're going to come into a lunge. You want to stay on the ball of the back foot, and you want your stance to be as wide as you're comfortable with. This back leg is really nice and strong and active. Your hands can be either at your waist here, or you can lift the arms overhead. You want to keep the knee from tracking in front of the left toes. So find a depth there that works for you, and static hold here in this lunge. If you're comfortable, bend and straighten the left knee for 1, 2, 3, really keep the core hugged in tight, 4, and one more time, 5. Excellent. To come out of this, rock the upper body forward. Really push into the ground with that left heel. Strong left thigh. Step the feet together. Lift the right toes up again. Bend the knee, reaching the heel for the glute. This time we're finding a side leg lift. Knee stays bent as you lift and lower out to the side for 8, 7, 6, foot is flexed, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently set everything back together. Let's repeat all of that on the second side. So if you remember, we're beginning with shifting weight into the right foot. Really hug the navel to the spine. Find your focal point. and lift the left toes. Thighs parallel to the ground for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Briefly set the toes down with control. Lift the toes behind you now. Heel reaches for the glute. Foot is flexed and the thighs are in line with one another for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Softly sent the toes back. We're finding that lunge next. So once you feel stable in the right foot, slide the left toes back or step back into your lunge, staying on the ball of the left foot, hands at the waist, or again, the arms can be lifted, static hold here, or bend and straighten. You might be feeling this in the thighs, which is exactly what we want. Those strong muscles help support the knees. And again, to get out of this one, lean the upper body forward, press into that right heel, step the feet together for that side leg lift. Again, the left toes lift, the heel reaches for the glute, and we sweep the knee off to the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Setting the feet together. We have one more exercise in this series, and then we're going to repeat the series. Okay, this is a heel lift or calf raises, as you might know them. Feet stay hip width distance apart, and we're lifting the heels, coming up and lowering down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Let's repeat this sequence. Going back to our weight on the left side. Get all of your adjustments in place. Really engage the core. A couple ways you can do that is pulling the navel towards the spine and also pretending as if you could try to lift the pubic bone up towards the navel. So you're taking the action of trying to lift it upwards. You'll feel that whole area turn on in the lower belly as the muscles engage there. Focal point, abdomen engaged, the toes lift, and the thigh comes parallel for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down for a moment and then bend into the knee again. Thighs are aligned with one another for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We find our lunge, stepping back with the right foot, staying on the ball of the right foot. And static hold here, or again, bend and straighten for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leaning forward, stepping the feet together, side leg lift. Heel towards the glute for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Softly setting everything together. Let's do that second side. Left toes get light, core engages, lifting the thigh parallel for 8, 7. Draw the shoulders away from, the collarbones away from one another. 3, 2, and 1. Setting the feet together. Leg comes behind you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finding our lunge now. Take your time to get into position. Move slowly and stably. And then we bend and straighten for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lean forward, step the feet together, side leg lift. Heel comes towards the glute. 8, 7. Trying to keep the body, the spine, upright, as straight as possible. So we're not leaning over to the right, if possible. Again, 2, and 1. Stepping the feet together, we have heel raises or calf raises. As you're ready, press into the ground, lifting all the way up for 8. Trying to move slowly and smoothly to get the most out of these exercises. 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. We have one more full round of that same sequence, and then we'll move on to some floor exercises. So again, left foot's carrying our weight. Strong outer left hip. Lift the thigh for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe this time you sweep the leg straight behind you. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently step the feet together, lunge. Sliding the right toes back. Getting stable first. Again, moving slowly. Bending and straightening for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rock it forward, step the feet together, moving right into our side leg lifts. Bend that right knee, take it out to the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, straight, tall spine, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the feet together. Last round, last side. Bend into the left knee, lift the thigh for 8, 7, hug the navel to the spine. Pubic bone reaches up towards the navel. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep the leg behind you. Thighs in line with one another. 8, 7, foot is flexed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the feet together. Let's find that lunge. Stepping back with the left foot, strong and active back leg, just as strong as your front leg. As you feel steady, you can begin to bend and straighten if you'd like for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lean it forward, bring the feet together. One last round of those side leg lifts. Heel towards the glute, lift it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the feet together. Last round of calf raises, and then we move on. Lifting as high as possible for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, everybody. Shake those legs out. Come back to the top of your mat. Feet stay hip width distance here. And let's take a forward fold. Inhale as you sweep the arms overhead again. And exhale, hands down by the sides as you hinge at the waist. Coming back into your forward fold. Next, we're gonna make our way to seated on the mat. I'm gonna give you a couple options of ways to get there. You can bend into the knees as deeply as possible and then just reach the hands for the ground and sit back. If you'd like to try more of a flow, as you bend into the knees, you can step your way into downward facing dog. Plant the hands on the ground. Weight shifts into the hands and you step back 1 foot at a time into an upside down V shape, downward facing dog. Once you get to your downward facing dog, bend into the knees and make your way to hands and knees. And then you can shift the legs off to one side and just sit back. Support yourself with your hands as you go. Once you land, bring yourself into, again, 2 options, easy seat or a simple cross-legged seated pose on the ground. If this feels comfortable, you can do this. You can leave the feet out in front of you a little ways if you'd like. You can also take that blanket or towel and shift it underneath your sit bones. Not under the thighs, just under the sit bones. So what that does is it elevates your hips slightly and takes a little bit of pressure off the knees. All right, if this is not where you want to be today, simply extend the legs out in front of you and stay seated there. Once you land in your spot, we're going to just take a nice little side bend here. Take the right hand and step the fingers off the side of the body, and then reach the left arm over the left ear. Bend into that right elbow as much as you'd like. We're trying to keep our shoulder rolling open rather than our chest squaring off towards our knees, all right? So the chest is facing forward. Again, nice, easy side bend here. A few deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then lifting out of that, let's take it to the second side. Rolling the shoulder open. Lift up out of your side bend. If you are seated with your legs crossed, uncross the legs now and extend the legs straight in front of you. We're just going to find a forward fold, a seated forward fold. So what we want to have happening is our sit bones making contact with the ground. So if you need to adjust anything in any particular way, do so that you get the most contact there. And then also think about your weight distribution between your sit bones, making sure you're placing equal weight on each sit bone. Our tendency is to kind of lean off to one side subconsciously. So make any correction that you might want to make there. Keep the thighs and the calves and the ankles active. The feet are flexed. And let's walk the hands forward any amount. We're stretching out those hamstrings, the thighs, the muscles at the backs of the thighs. We're stretching out the calves here. We've just been using them quite a bit. As you do this, there's two different ways you can do this stretch. You can keep the chest lifted and moving forward, and you feel length happening just below the glutes. You can also round the spine and take the head down towards the knees, which is a nice stretch, but it brings the stretch more into the lower back area. And today what we're trying to target are the hamstrings. So for today's stretch, let's just keep the chest lifted, keep the gaze looking forward, and reaching the chest forward rather than down. Continuing to breathe through the nose here. Release from your forward fold. All right, slide the hands back behind the hips about 1 hand width distance there. Bend into the knees. We're gonna peel our hips off the ground and come into a reverse tabletop and just feel a nice stretch there. Press into the ground and lift the hips. We're shooting for the hips being in line with the knees and the shoulders. And then lower the hips back down. 2 more times, pressing into the ground, lifting the hips, pressing them as high as they can go, lowering down. 1 last time, lifting it up. And lowering it down. Everybody grab your blanket or towel, lower down all the way to the back and place the towel underneath your knees. Once you're settled in and comfortable, hands can stay next to the sides. You can also bring them out to a T shape. You can also bring them into a cactus shape, bending the elbows 90 degrees. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna pretend we could flatten that towel or blanket with the back of our right knee. The left leg is gonna stay passive for now, but we're flexing our right foot, activating the right quad and the right calf, and then flatten that towel, pressing down into the ground and pressing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing. This time, press down with the left as hard as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, round 2, pressing down with the right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press down with the left. I'm going to count silently. 2, and 1. We have one more round of that. Pressing into the ground with the right, beginning now for 10. 9. Releasing, pressing with the left. 8. Nice. Release the left leg. Now we want to push the blanket down underneath our ankles with our feet. So slide it down so that your ankles are now resting on the towel or the blanket. Again, the left leg is going to remain passive, and we will flex our right foot. And what we're going to do next is just point and then flex the foot. Point and then flex, going at that pace. Keep it up here with me. We have another 16, 15, 14. I'll let you know when we're done. You might be feeling the muscles on the either side of your shins here and where they connect with the knee. Again, strengthening the muscles around the joint. All right, switching to the left side now. Right leg can be passive, left leg activates, the thigh and the calf are active, and let's flex and point. 19, 18, 10 left. Excellent, all finished now. Shake out those legs. I'm sure you're feeling it in your shins and probably in your calves a little bit. You can remove the towel from the mat. Straighten the left leg, bend the right. Draw the right knee up towards the chest. You can clasp below the knee. Feeling a nice stretch there. Let go of the knee with the right arm, open it out to a T, and then cross the body with the leg, finding a supine twist here. You can turn your gaze over to the direction of the right hand. Close your eyes here if you haven't already. Let's feel a nice stretch in the outer right hip. Engage the core as you draw the knee back to center. Straighten the right leg, bend the left, bring it in. Relax the shoulders on the ground. Left arm goes out to a T, cross the body with the left knee. And turn your head in the direction of the left hand. Unwind from the twist. Bend both knees now, feet plant on the ground. Roll off to one side or another. And press your way all the way back up into seated. Excellent job practicing with me today. I hope you're feeling the benefits of building strength around the knee joint. This is one of those practices that you can repeat many, many times, and the more you do it, you'll start to see and feel results in the knees, and hopefully less pain and a bigger feeling of strength and stability there. Thank you for practicing with me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.